In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the property tax consultants that stood publicly and stood saying their name and said bad things about me, accusing me of crimes. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen and get started. First thing I'm going to show you is I just want you to see who you're dealing with here. We've got a guy here. This is Jameson O'Day. He stood and made comments. Tracy O'Day, who later signed the Texas Real Estate Commission complaint, and Jameson O'Day's father is Garland O'Day. I think I might have a better picture of these guys. Give me 1 second. Here's a good one. All right. So this is Jameson O'Day, and here they are again. Let's see, what else do we have? So we've got me confronting them right after the meeting. These guys were, as soon as the meeting ended, I said, guys, what in the world is going on here? You've never told me that you had a problem with me, and then all of a sudden at this meeting I'm hearing all these accusations. You're talking about FBI investigations, police investigations, and all sorts of stuff. And so let's see, I'm gonna have to just let it play out a little bit. And so I confronted them after the meeting. I said, what's going on with all this? And this is what they said. I've got this exact interaction on my website where there he is. There's Tracy Stanley. Okay. So I've got this exact interaction on my website and you can go watch it. And so here we go. Let's go to the actual comments that they made. Here is what Tracy Stanley said. This is when Tracy Stanley stood in front of all the news cameras and everybody and made comments. He read from this document. This document was retrieved by open records request. And so here he's just accusing me of signing these property tax agent authorization forms where a homeowner is designating who's going to represent them in a property tax protest. He's accusing me of forging all these signatures on all these government documents. And he's got quotes from different homeowners saying, I don't know who Chandler Crouch is. I didn't authorize the signature, and on and on. And then he talks about investigations and complaints through TDLR, the Texas Real Estate Commission, forward with the police department, and on and on and on. So if you go down to the video where I talk about the Texas Real Estate Commission complaint, I address some of this stuff. Some of these quotes are real, but they don't have anything to do with forgeries that I committed. And so I'm going to give my little rebuttal on all this stuff. But first, I want to show you the document where Jameson O'Day stood and talked. This is the script he was reading from. He talks about the same thing: forged appointment of agent forms. These are the authorization forms used to hire property tax consultants. He talks about an investigation at the state comptroller's office, police report, and then he mentions the FBI, and Chandler's doing, and then he mentions Chandler Crouch in the next breath. So not defamatory at all. I'm not being sarcastic at all either. All right, here we go. So he also talks about certified mail that I should have sent out. My terms of service say that Chandler Crouch is placing my electronic signature, and it basically just saying that I have asked people permission to start putting their signature on everything, and I'm falsifying signatures. It just goes on and on. You can read it. It's completely ludicrous. Let me show you. I'm going to give a rebuttal on a little bit of this. Give me a second here. Let me pull up a document. Here's the signature process. This is one thing that they point to over and over, just saying that there's a problem. On my terms of service, it does say something like the homeowner is giving me permission to place their signature on documents. Okay, that's what it says in my terms of service. And I think if I was looking to smear somebody and just looking for some dirt, I could probably squint an eye and, find something that doesn't look quite right in that. But if you actually look at it, it just isn't worded really well. That's what I'm guilty of. Poor grammar, maybe. But here's what actually happens in my signature process. You probably already know this because thousands upon thousands of you have gone through this and never had a problem with it. Nobody's ever had an issue with this. When you fill out your the questionnaire on my website, you answer a ton of questions. You have to go through a validation process, And then you arrive at the screen where I say, okay, now I need your signature on this government document. And I present the document. I say, this is how it's filled out using all the information that you provided and all the information I need on the form in order to do my job. If you want to sign this agreement, you click the blue button down below. A box pops up, you sign it, you click the button that says sign agreement, you go down here, you get to review the document, seeing the signature on the form, and then you click this button here, and that's how the signature process works. This is a similar process to a process that virtually every business uses every single day that accepts credit cards. So it's kind of, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a violation here. I've never had anybody complain about it, and I was completely shocked that these guys were finding a problem with it, but they're just trying to cause me trouble. So let me give you a little hint as to the actual forgery thing. There is something legitimate that we need to talk about. It's not a crime that I committed, but it is in fact another attack that was waged against me that I've been attacked almost every single year, and I just don't say anything about it because my focus is wanting to help people. The fact that I've been dealing with people attacking me this year that's not what I want to do. That's not my intention. I just want to help people, and I want to be a solution. Give me a second. So when somebody accuses you of something, or in this accusation, I've been accused of forging signatures. And how do you prove you didn't forge a signature? It's difficult to prove a negative. My idea is I'll give them an affidavit saying, under sworn statement that I did not falsify the signatures of the 11 people named in the complaint. And so I'm just going to pause it right there. And I'm going to direct you to the next video, which is going over the Texas Real Estate Commission complaint that I received. Here's what it looks like. There are a bunch of forged signatures, but I was not the one that did these forgeries. In fact, I was a victim in this as well. And you can see it was back in 2019. And if somebody's looking for dirt, then trying to make an issue out of something in a public spectacle to smear my name, then this gives them something to talk about, but it's not true. And I'm going to explain exactly how and why next. But that is all I've got there. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. And please check out that next video.